Salita ako ng salita, sorry. Yo! Naka-mute pala tayo. Tanga naman na itong PC na to. Hindi ako in-mute, di ba? Dapat yung automatic eh. Pag show ko, pasok na siya, di ba? Pero, yun, happy Friday. It's been a week that we haven't had our casting. So, for today, we're gonna talk about the greatest wrestlers of all time. By demand. Kasi may mga nag-post eh, di ba? Na ano ba yung, kung friend ko kayo sa Facebook, makikita nyo yung pinost ko na D-Generation X. And may story behind that. Bakit ko pinili yung DX as ano. Kasi we were talking about, by the way, we're building our own application. It's called Surveys. So it's gonna be coming in really, really soon. Available on Play Store and Apple App Store. Apple Store, whatever. Pero yun, available siya sa Apple and Google Play and a couple of months. 1 or 2 months maybe. But it's really, really soon, guys. So, ayun. So, happy Friday again, Edmul Barak. It's something about the Islam. And I want to greet all my Islam friends, all my brothers who are Islams. Edmul Barak to you. So, big shout out, Fastnet, Moncheng. Really shout out. Really nice talking to you again. See you on Monday. We're gonna be having our new project coming in for internet service provider here in Cavite. So it's called ServeNet or NetServe in the future. Pero I hope you guys can go ahead and support us by signing up to our services in the future. So also you can support us. And dyan, yung QR code. So if you want to go ahead and donate for this channel, you can go ahead and donate. But for now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the top 50 or the greatest wrestlers of all time. Before we start with our top on the list, I want to go ahead and give shout out to our sponsors for our podcasts. Navitopia Tagaytay, which is RLB Car Accessory Shop in Mayor's Drive, Mendez Crossing East, Tagaytay City. Please do contact Roy Bernardo at 0956-811-6331 or 0915-102-2062. So you can scan the QR code. Navitopia, guys, you can go ahead and check them out. Sobrang solid. Si Chito Miranda of Parokya ni Edgar, dyan nagpapasetup yan kay RLB Customs. Or car accessories rather. So, and if you guys are hungry, you can go ahead and visit Hungry Daddy at 521 Keiko Street or Keiko Streets. That will be in Sampaloc, Manila. It's near National University. So if you guys want to go ahead and go there, drop by. Hanapin nyo na si Sir JV and he'll be able to assist you. And 1571 Turf Coffee. Please do follow them at Facebook. Follow them, 1571 Turf Coffee, through their Facebook or visit them at Flores Building, Intramuros, Manila. So solid yung kape niyan. Nung Sabado, I'm with them, or I'm with the owner, brother, ano pa nga ito? Joke lang. Brother Rob. So solid yung coffee. As in, ako personally, I love it. I love coffee. So, nothing more, nothing less. So, yan. Let's start with our top 50. So, all time. Alam mo yun, let's start off with, further discussion. Parang, when it started with Hulk Hogan, body slamming Andre the Giant, diba? Mga solid na mga moments in WWF history. Or they're called WWE now, World Wrestling Entertainment. Dati Federation. And as well as Stone Cold nailing Vince McMahon with Stunner. Diba, naalala nyo ba yun? So, si Randy Savage winning a 14-man tournament to become WWE champion. And of course, si Undertaker kicking out of the pedigree. Diba? Kung nakano yun. The Rock raising up the people's eyebrow. Yung mga ganun. Yung mga nakakamiss na mga moments in WWE. But let's face it, it's hard to try and explain pro wrestling to the non-initiated. Alam mo yun, parang yung mga walang interest sa WWE, definitely they won't understand this. Pero ako, I'm a big fan of WWE or WWF my time. When you were a kid, sasabihin pa sa'yo, peke naman yun, hindi naman totoo yung wrestling na yun eh. It's entertainment. Big shout out to my cousin. He has a fight with Tajiri on April 30. Please do watch him. Kung kilala nyo siya, solid, solid. I've posted this personal page ko. Sabi ko nga, I'm a big fan of wrestling. And my cousin used to wrestle and he's wrestling right now. He will be having his fight with Tajiri. Let me just look up his profile para ma-share ko sa inyo. Pero he's a professional wrestler here in the Philippines. Gen Ad tickets are 899 pesos. So hindi ko lang alam kung meron pang available na tickets to ha. Pero I'll share it anyway. Yo. Meron siyang fight or meron siyang laban kasama si Tajiri. Ito. World Wrestling Federation. Manila Wrestling Federation. So, Pinoy Wrestling. This is gonna be on April 30. Bahay ng Liwanag. Si Bahay ng Liwanag yun. Siya yung pangalan nun. Pati si Jomar Liwanag. Yan. Siya si Jomar Liwanag. My cousin. Bismillah. Good luck on your... Yeah. Taas kamay. Batang 90s. Sir Joel Jairus. Tajiri against Jomar Liwanag. That's gonna be on April 30, 4:30 p.m. That's gonna be in Power Max Center Spotlight. The MWF Republica 2023. I'll be posting the link here on our comments. You can visit and watch Jomar Liwanag against Tajiri. Tajiri is one of the wrestlers of WWE before, if I'm not mistaken. But yun, solid. Alam mo yun, nagulat din ako that my cousin is doing wrestling. And what's funny is I was with them nung January 1st. That's gonna be our reunion with my family. Tapos nakita ko siya. Tapos sabi ko, uy, ang laki na nito. Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi when the last time I saw him is mas sobrang bata pa niya. He was little, like 5, 6 years old. Mga between ganun. Tapos nagulat ako. Sabi ko, nakita ko siya. Parang ang laki, 6-footer. Tapos ang laki ng katawan. Hindi siya buff na cuts. Parang wrestler na itsura. Sabi ko, baka nag-MMA siya. And then, when someone posted, kala ko joke time. Manila Wrestling Federation. Tapos sabi ko, si Bismillah to ah. This is Jomar Liwanag. Yung pala si Jomar Liwanag. And I saw him. I started sending messages to my cousins. Na, si Bismillah ba to? And he's doing wrestling. He's Jomar Liwanag. And ringside is 849 pesos for this. Gen L is 749, guys. No, that's for early bird. 899 na pala siya ngayon. So, that will be on April 30. Again, April 30, 4:30 p.m. Power Max Center Spotlight. That's gonna be Tajiri versus Jomar Liwanag. And if you guys want to go in and show, it's legit solid. Anyhow, so yun nga, sabi ko, fan ako ng wrestling and the local wrestlers right now. Kaya that's why I gave, time for this. To support my cousin. He's a wrestler, he's a professional wrestler. Imagine he's gonna be fighting, maybe he's on the list, si Tajiri, diba? Alam mo, it doesn't necessarily mean, or it does not only exist with its own world, yung wrestling, its own bubble, but we all love it different reasons, on different reasons. Kumbaga, yung mga superstar triggers dun sa PlayStation na i-stunner mo siya or ibabalibag mo na lang bigla. And, those were the times no, si Jeff Hardy, blah, 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 blah. So, tapos ang dami pa natin mga trip natin sila pero sila yung mga kontrabida. Let's say for example si Kane and Undertaker that time. Hindi naman sila, alam mo, naging superstar sila, but they were the bad guys. They look like bad guys that time. Pero sila pala yung mga heroes nung and icons nung time na yun. But without further ado, let's talk about the 50 wrestlers of all time, greatest of all time. This is according to IGN. But I kind of copied it. And thank you, IGN. Kahit hindi nyo kilala. Thank you for posting this. Number 50 on the list. Si Rick Rude. Most probably you guys didn't hindi nyo na naabutan to. So after bouncing around promotions and being managed by the likes of Jimmy Hart, kung kilala si Jimmy Hart, and Paul Bearer, Percy Pringle. Oh, di ba? Hindi nyo kilala yan. Rude landed in the WWF where he made a household name for himself as a pinnacle member of the Bobby Heenan family. Parang hindi ko na yata naabutan to. Later, He'd head to WCW or yung counterpart ng WWF that time. Doon nagsimula sila Goldberg to feud with Sting and become one of the first ever Paul Heyman guys as the top member of the Dangerous Alliance. O diba? Parang si Sting, inabot niyo ba yun? Yung may face paint tapos may ganun sa mukha. He has face painting na medyo nakakatakot yung itsura niya. But he looks like Kiss kung kilala niyo yung Kiss na banda. Yan. Number 49 on the list is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. He sounds familiar. Pero, yeah, ito yung mga luma na. One of the best and the most intimidating strikers and mat technicians of the modern era. Si Samoa Joe manages to be supremely athletic while not having the physique of an action figure. Ako kasi matataba. Diba? Part Islander, part Trinity Killer, Joe has been in classics with the likes of AJ Styles, si CM Punk, Christopher Daniels, si Kurt Angle, and Kenta Kobashi. His brutal style made him the most dominant ROH champion in the history of the organization. Ano yata ito mga new age na. Yeah. He's number 49 on the list. Number 40 will be Arn Anderson. One of the world's most often associated with perennial four horsemen enforcer. Arn Anderson is underrated naman daw, quote unquote. Whether in singles competition or as part of the tag team competition or champions in WCW or the WWF, Anderson was the wrestler's wrestler. Anderson, a thinking man's technician, will often isolate the body part before nailing his opponents, who were usually either bigger or faster, with a double A spine buster or DDT. You guys know DDT? Diba yung ganun? Tapos, ano niya yung para siyang stunner pero nasa kilikili. Yan yung DDT. So, he has always been using quiet psychology. Arn was Ric Flair's rock and the proto cerebral assassin. So, yeah. Di ba nag-retire na to si Ric Flair eh? As far as I remember, nag-post na to ng retirement niya. And may video pa siya. He's a really good wrestler that time. Ito. Paborito ko to nung bata ako. Actually, hindi. Medyo nasa na ako. Elementary going to high school. Number 47 on the list, si Rob Van Dam. RVD. Ito yung solid. Tatayo siya doon sa top of the ropes. Tapos, magsisignal pa siya ng, ito yung taong bilib na bilib sa sarili niya. Tuturo-turo pa niya yung sarili niya. Ganun. RVD. So, in the mid-90s, ECW pa sila nun. Innovation was the name of the bloody game. And Rob Van Dam, with his stoner attitude, figured out how to take their already extreme organization to the next level by incorporating showy stunt work martial arts with wrestling high spots. O yun nga sinasabi ko, yung pamatay nito yung tatayo siya sa taas, top of the ring. Tapos tatalon siya. Splash. Sa mga ibang wrestlers, frog splash ang tawag nila doon eh. He'd go on the WWE and ECW championships at the same time and become one of the most exciting performers in history. I agree. His 5-star frog, yan, di ba? Yung 5-star frog splash niya remains one of the best finishers. Gagano muna yung RVD, tapos tatalon siya. Frog splash lang naman yung pamatay niya. Ngayon lang naman yung mga pinagkaiba nila, di ba? Parang may tumanog. So, you guys still hear me? Hello? Yan. Shout out Sir Joel Jairus. Yan. Tapos kung may mga batang 90s. Number 46, eto. Isa siya sa host ng WWE or WWF that time when I was a kid. Number 46 on the list, Jerry the King Lawler. Yan. For a guy who's never won the big one, hindi pa naman nanalo, hindi pa nagka-champion to si Jerry the King. So Jerry Lawler's career is not too shabby. Actually, totoo. Ano lang siya, he's more in the sideline wrestler. Pero siya yung naging icon ng WWF because of his voice. The Puppies! Diba? Yung mga ganun niya. With an unexpected second act as a beloved broadcaster and commentator, Lawler still holds a whopping 168 titles on his name. Kala ko ba hindi na champion? Lawler has been both the most popular wrestler of his era and the most hated. In Memphis, he's an icon. In 1982, his public feud with comedian Andy Kaufman gave wrestling one of its first big breaks into mainstream showbiz. And in the early 90s, Lawler's heated war with Bret Hart lasted years, and created many memorable moments. He is actually a true king. Agree. Jerry the King, Lawler. Like a feud pala to. The Bret Hart. If you guys are familiar with the Hart Foundation dati. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, uh, yan, yung mga yan. Alam ko may namatay pa dyan eh. Yan. Eto, paborito ko to. Sobra. Holy macaroni. Number 45. Ito. The Hardy Boys. Jeff Hardy. From the Holy risk-taking member of the Hardy Boys to a matured wrestler who beat Triple H and Edge for the WWE Championship. Nag-champion pala si ano pa yan? Si Jeff Hardy. Solid to no? Meron pa ito diba dati mga Scotty 2 Hattie, mga ganun. So ayun, to the man who recently defeated Austin Aries for the TNA World Title, Jeff Hardy's career has been one big ride. And that includes a few drug addiction stumbles that led him into a feud with the straight edge CM Punk and caused Sting to end his main event match with Hardy at Victory Road in 2011 in less than a minute. Hardy's high-flying and quick-footed innovation was a key to evolving the business in his post. Hardy Boy's career helped many hardcore wrestlers find way to work normal matches in bold and exciting new ways. Solid pala si Jeff Hardy. Na-champion pala yan. Ayun. Teka lang. Saan muna tayo? Bossa muna. Jeff Hardy. Who's not a fan of Jeff Hardy? Diba? Magkapatid yan eh. Jeff and Matt Hardy. Oy, ano pala? Shout out. Knights of Rizal. Crisostomo Ibarra chapter. Commander Chino Aguilar. Big shout out to you, brother. Okay. Antonio Antonio Inakoki. Ano ba to? Inoki. Ano to eh? Number 44 in the list. Japanese wrestling legend. So, siya rin yung nag-found ng Japanese Pro Wrestling. One of the most greatest superstars that time. And since, ano rin naman siya. Ito pala may fun fact dito. Inoki not only faced the likes of hindi lang niya nakalaban si Hulk Hogan, si Ric Flair, but pitted himself against other icons and champions of different fighting styles, such as boxers, sumo wrestlers, masters of kung fu. Inoki's all-rounder style is seen precursor to mixed martial arts, and his highly publicized bout with Muhammad Ali stands as his most famous encounter. Wrestling against boxers. Common, 'di ba? Naalala niyo 'yun, si Mayweather and si Big Show. Medyo naging controversial 'yun eh, na kailangan lang talaga ng pera ni Money. 'Di ba? Kilala niyo ba si Money? Not Manny Pacquiao. Si Money, Floyd Mayweather. Money. And before we continue, big shout out Parmata Mods, Budge of DPM Mods. Maraming salamat, kapatid. Solid na mod. You might want to go and check them out. DPM Mods. Solid. Binigyan pa nila ako ng panel na clear. So, looks badass. Ayun. Maganda yung mod. It's a Boro mod. And it's a Boro device. Sabi ko, medyo fan ako ng Boro devices. Before we proceed sa number 43, mag-vape lang muna ako. Tambay lang naman tayo eh. Batang 90s dyan. Intindihan nyo to. God damn, ganda na mod. Sorry. So yeah, number 43 on the list. The Big Show. Ayan, pinag-uusapan lang natin kanina. Sa Big Show tsaka si pangalan niyan, si Floyd Mayweather. They fought against each other. Yun nga parang yung number 42 on the list, si Antonio Inoki, naglaban sila ni Muhammad Ali. And number 43, si Big Show, nagkaroon sila ng laban ni Mayweather. Way back 2011 yata, 2012. So, nagkaroon siya ng famous na match with Sheamus at Hell in the Cell. in 2012, where Show won the World Heavyweight Championship for the second time. Um, imposible number 43 to. Pero number 40 siya. Number 42 on the list, si Gorgeous George. Ito, hindi ko kilala ito. 40s and 50s, the first golden age of wrestling. Si Gorgeous George Wagner became of the biggest stars in the industry, inventing the heel persona in the process. So, yan. Number 42. Number 41 natin, it's Great Muta. I don't know this, guys. I don't know them. Sorry. Pero sa Great Muta, early 90s WCW matches with Sting, Lex Luger. Si Lex Luger, kung kilala ko pa to eh. Si Ric Flair and the deranged Keiji Muto became one of the first Japanese wrestlers to gain enormous notoriety. The Great Muta. Japanese wrestler. Eto, number 40 on the list. Solid to. Number 40, Jake the Snake Roberts. Back in the intro, I wrote that a wrestler ability to captivate, some might use the term it factor, using whatever abilities they were blessed with, ranked above their individual stats in one particular category, and nobody captivated or connected with the crowd like Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, but Roberts, the inventor of the DDT. Oh! Siya pala nag-invent ng DDT. Guys, yung DDT, again, that's headlocking someone, tapos ibabagsak siya. Para siya isusuplex pero leeg yung hawak. Diba? In-explain ko talaga dito. Had a knack of for body language, storytelling, and ring psychology that's almost unmatched. Plus, he had one of the best gimmicks and pets of all time, truly launching him into the must-see attraction. Yun. Isa siya sa talaga papanoorin mo. Jake the Snake. He's number 40 on the list. Ito, number 39, si Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is actually a MMA fighter. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero alam ko MMA fighter ito talaga si Brock Lesnar. He started with WWE. Was nothing short of astonishing nung WWE siya. Pero lumipat siya ng WWF. WCW, tapos lumipat siya ng WWF, if I'm not mistaken. So nakalaban niya si Undertaker, si Big Show, and Kurt Angle. Solid ang mga laban yan. Number 38 on the list, si AJ Styles. I don't know this guy. Pero alam ko ano siya eh. Nasa NWA siya before, ROH, and TNA. So nagkaroon ng X Division because of them. So cruiserweight to. Cruiserweight na class. Number 37, Bob Buckland. It's actually right the time before Hulk Hogan went huge, when men were on the cusp of becoming larger than life cartoons. Bob Buckland, a clean-cut All-American in football and wrestling, held the WWF Championship for 4 years. Haba. During his reign, Buckland was able to wrestle against NWA champions Harley Race and Ric Flair. So this is around the 90s, 80s, 90s era. Yan. So number 37, Bob Backlund. Ito, isa sa mga ano tawag dito? Mask faces of wrestling or WWF, WWE, or pro wrestling. Si Ultimo Dragon. Dito ginaya ni if you guys know si 618, ano yan? Si Rey Mysterio, si Ultimo Dragon muna. So si Ultimo Dragon, he has swag, of course, diba? As a universally loved and admired cruiserweight, Dragon trained in both the Puroresu and the Luchador styles, making him an international sensation in Japan, Mexico, and America. 1996, Dragon won the J Crown, which, as you can see, was the unification of 8 different lightweight titles from around the globe. Solid. Number 35 in the list, Jimmy Snuka. He took the skies. His amazing top of the cage splashes are credited with the introducing and mainstreaming high-flying maneuvers into wrestling. So nagsimula siya yung nagpauso ng mga high-flying moves way back. Started 1982. Number 34, si Mil Mascaras. Parang pamilya. Yung Mexican. Lucha Libre or Luchador style. Siya to eh. So, you can Google that. The Lucha Libre and Luchador. Yung Lucha Libre and Luchador, yung mga nakamaskara. For your FYI. Kaya nagkaroon ng palabas na Nacho Libre kay Jack Black, di ba? Nacho Libre. Tapos ano siya? Wrestler. So ano siya? Si Mil Mascara, siya yung nagpa-popularize ng Lucha Libre and Luchador style before. So that was 90s, 80s pa. Number 33, ito isa sa mga paborito ko wrestler to dati. Yung sobrang laki nung traps niya. Tapos parang pag nag-spear siya sa'yo, parang lilipat yung kaluluwa mo sa kabilang katawan. Parang magkakaroon ka ng third dimension na katawan dito eh. Bill Goldberg. Well, there may be mixed feelings about Goldberg's in-ring ability. Ano to eh? PGA golfer to eh. If you guys watch PGA golf. Nag-golf to si Bill Goldberg. Ang kulit na ito. May hinagis siyang ano dati eh. T-caddy. Parang napikon yata siya. Parang sinisigo-sigo siya. Ang ginawa niya. Hinagis siya doon sa tubig yung T-caddy niya. Pero yun nga. The Goldberg streak and path to then heal Hulk Hogan's WCW World title. So, nag-start sila lahat sa WCW. Kalaban pa niya si Hulk Hogan before on that. So, naging ano siya, top of the wrestling heap siya for 84 consecutive weeks. Tagal din. Si Terry Funk. Medyo matagal to eh. 50 years siya nag-wrestling from 1975. NWA. Siya yung nagpauso ng NWA. Yan. Number 31, si Jushin Liger. As one of the most cutting-edge and original cruiserweights of the 90s and beyond, si Thunder not only raised the bar, he obliterated it. So, siya pala yung high flyer ng 90s, cruiserweights. Lupet. Alam mo, inaantay ko yung mga paborito ko eh. Mga all-time favorite wrestlers ko dito sa list na to. Parang hindi yata sila kasali. Number 30, si Vern Gang. It used to be that the industry's biggest stars weren't giant monster men, but plain, wholesome-looking mat grapplers. Hindi ako fan ng grappling ng wrestling. Yung mga mga Chris Benoit style na, if you know Chris Benoit, di ba? Chris Benoit yung crippling fear na hawakan niya yung balikat, yung braso, tapos basta magta-tap out ka daw. Tinry namin ng kapatid ko, hindi naman totoo. Hindi naman masakit. Alam mo, pag ginaganon ako hindi naman masakit. So, yun. Si Vern Gang, dati siyang NFL player. FYI. Yeah, it's a fun fact. NFL player dati yan. Tapos, instead of going to the NFL, mas malaki siguro yung pay sa wrestling. So, he chose wrestling over NFL. Ito, number 29 the list, si Chris Benoit. Here he is, actually. The immensely talented but hauntingly controversial Chris Benoit. There's simply no denying Benoit's extraordinary ability. Ito nung bata ako, Chris Benoit ang basa ko dito. Chris Benoit. Si Benoit. Ano siya eh. Parang, nagkaroon siya ng tagline before na. Siya yung murderer of the ring. Parang bigla na siyang papasok sa ring. Kasi parang everything that he did in wrestling before that horrific weekend in June 2007. Solid siya, di ba? Ayun. Number 28, si Randy Orton. Orton pala, Randy Orton. Kala ko Randy Horton to. Orton pala siya. Wala palang H. Orton. Randy Orton. Yan. Third generation superstar na to. Hindi na siya yung mga panahon namin na pinapanood. He's actually the youngest world heavyweight champion in history when he defeated Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004. Ano nga pala pamatay ni Benoit? Yan. Anyway. So, nakalaban niya na phenomenal feuds nagkaroon siya ng phenomenal mga feuds with Triple H, si John Cena, and The Undertaker. Orton remains one of the WWE's top stars until today. Yun. The Apex Predator na siya, or the Viper. Yun yung To, number 27. Ano rin to eh. libre din ang laro nito eh. Si Rey Mysterio. Si Buyaka Buyaka. After helping revolutionize the cruiserweight division in WCW along with the likes of Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio evolved into a fantastic main eventer who could own his own with foes outside of his weight class. Totoo, kasi yung pinapanood ko pa to, naabutan ko pa naman si Rey Mysterio, pero yung pinapanood ko si Rey Mysterio, parang sobrang hype, no? Parang talunan ng talunan, sobrang solid. Kahit gano'ng kalaki ka, palabanan ka na ito eh. So, nakalaban niya na si Kane until kay Big Show. So, he can have, actually I agree with this, he can have epic matches with anyone. Yun nga, so lucha rin yung style na ito. Innovative ways meant to take down large opponents. Parang, I actually enjoy that guy. Eto, si Luthez. Si Luthez, siya yung he's number 26 on the list, by the way. This is a fun fact, guys. Lahat ng mga moves na nakikita nyo today, up to date, the German suplex, the STF, the power bomb, Luthez press, lahat yan. Si Luthez yan. Lahat siya yung gumawa niyan. Yung German suplex, STF, power bomb, and Luthez press. Lahat yan. He's actually one of the most honored and admired pro wrestlers in the history of the business. Solid, no? Si Harley Race, number 25 on the list. Harley Race, another storied NWA veteran. New World Order. NWA, ano ba yun? NWO pala yun sa WCW dati. 8-time world champion Harley Race was one of the toughest SOBs ever. Overcoming childhood polio in a car accident, still, he pursued with the career of wrestling. Harley Race, guys. Number 25. Yan. Ewan ko, parang akong inihingal ngayon. Pero sobrang init. Guys, please. Stay hydrated. And sobrang init ngayon. Speaking of mainit, sobrang init ng laban na to na parating. That's gonna be Jomar Liwanag against Tajiri. WWE star Tajiri on April 30, 4:30 p.m. Be there, guys. Solid na mga laban to. Anyway, I'll be on break. Before we proceed with our number 24 and forward, I'll be on break for 5 minutes. I'll be back. And I'm back. Yep. Kala ko makakatulog ako eh. 5 minutes. Lahat naman tayo meron ng ganun, tito moments, no? Para masandal ka lang, tulog ka na kagad. Pero yun, we're almost done with our... joke lang. We're done with our 25th on our top 50 wrestlers of all time. Number 24 in the list. Ito, paborito ko to. Dati. Mr. Sacco. Kung kilala nyo to. Si Mick Foley. Number 24 in the list. Both lovable and sadistic. Mick Foley was able to capitalize off the curtain dropping on the business during the Attitude Era and entertain millions with 3 different gimmicks. So, si Mankind, The Flighty, Dancing Dude Love, and the Hardcore Cactus Jack, who was Foley's original persona in the WCCW and WCW. Cactus Jack. Yeah, solid yan. Number 23 on the list, Kurt Hennig. Remember in the movie Anchorman when Ron Burgundy said, "I look good. Hey, everyone come see how I look." Quotes. Well, that was Mr. Perfect's. Yan. Eto solid to eh. Si Kurt Hennig, si Mr. Perfect. Siya yung merong intro video na magpo-football siya. Tapos hahagis niya yung football. Siya na yung quarterback, siya pa rin yung linebacker. Kulit eh. Siya yung basta perfect daw yung dive. Yan. Kurt Hennig, the Mr. Perfect, number 23 on the list. Yeah, number 22. Ito, you guys don't probably know or remember him. Si Dusty Rhodes. As many have said, 3-time NWA heavyweight champion Dusty Rhodes wouldn't have won any bodybuilding competitions. Kasi hindi naman talaga siya mukhang bodybuilder, di ba? And number 21, Viva la Raza, Eddie Guerrero. Oh, yeah. We actually miss him, di ba? Eddie, dead from acute heart failure at the age of 38. Guerrero was a brilliant, expert performer who worked Japan, Mexico, ECW, WCW, and WWE, capturing the hearts and minds of audience wherever he works. Yeah. Actually, he's the youngest and the most successful of the legendary Guerrero brothers. Quote-unquote, Latino Heats wrestled as the Black Tiger and faced Jushin Liger in Japan, feuded with Ric Flair, DDP, and Chris Jericho in WCW. Yeah, mga solid. Meron silang group before, if you remember this, Eddie Guerrero, The Radicals, with Chris Benoit, si Malenko, and Saturn. Yun, di ba? Tapos siya yung nakapag-defeat kay Brock Lesnar that time, WWE Championship. Solid. Eddie Guerrero. Ito, number 20 on the list, CM Punk. Hindi ko masyado nang naabutan to sila CM Punk. Pero ito yung mga 2000s na eh. So, number 20 on the list, CM Punk. Not a fan, sorry. Pero, isa to siya sa pinaka maganda performance kasi nasa top 20 na siya. Number 19 on the list, it's Edge. Yan, ito yung mga solid dati, si Edge and Christian, yung mga bloodbath era pa, diba? Para solid, sobrang solid na ito. Wait lang. The American Dream, man. Totoo. Totoo. Yan. So, the Edge, number 19. Everyone loves Edge, actually. Totoo lang. Everyone. And if you don't say, if John Cena has to retire one day due to injury, the crowd will still split 50-50 when Edge had to hang up his boots in April 2011. He was able to look at the crowd who unanimously saw him as a living legend. Totoo, I agree. Edge is a living legend. Ano to medyo kontrabida to itong time na to. Itong Edge. Sobrang kontrabida niya. And number 19 on the list is Edge. Number 18, The Great Wall. Number 18, Chris Jericho. The Walls of Jericho. Siya yung smaller guy who might have never made the big time, actually. International star Chris Jericho was another amazingly ingenious worker who had to scratch and claw to himself over his funny and engaging mic skills. Sobrang makulit kasi ito si Chris Jericho di ba? Parang isa siya sa yung funny superstars na hindi siya yung entertainment niya, hindi more on wrestling. He's more on the entertainment side of business. Kumbaga, siya yung makulit, siya yung magpapatawa dun sa WWE. Imagine mo, yung pamatay niya, Wall of Jericho. Parang ibabaliktad ka lang. Tapos ano ka lang, magta-tap out ka kasi masakit. Di ba? Kulit na eh. Walls of Jericho. Walls of Jericho. So, sila yung mga inaabangan ko dati sa Raw is War, tsaka yung yung isa nilang every Wednesday, yung kulay blue naman. Raw is red tapos yung blue yung isa. Siya yung mga inaabangan ko dito. Kontrabida. Number 17, si Buddy Rogers, the first ever WWF champion and former NWA heavyweight champion of the world. And si Buddy Rogers. Yeah. Talaga ba? Si Chris Jericho. Oh, search nga natin. Profile. Chris Jericho profile. Chris Jericho. No? Si Christopher Keith Irvin. Chris Jericho. American-Canadian. Oh, yeah. He's okay. Member siya ng na Fozzy. He's a band. It's an American heavy metal band formed in Atlanta, Georgia in 1999. Lead singer pala siya. Stig. Ngayon ko lang nalaman to. Oh, guys. Ayan So, Chris Jericho is the front man of Fozzy. I haven't listened to them. FozzyRock.com. Yeah. Solid Heavy metal pala sila. I'll listen to them one day. Oh, yeah, frontman. Thank you. Hey, shout out Brian Ramos of Crown of Thorns. If you haven't watched the episode of Yo Podcast with Crown of Thorns last week, was a week ago, April 14, last Friday. So, solid. Kukulit niyan. Ang lalaki nila, pero ang kukulit nila. So, thank you for letting us know. He was the frontman of Fozzy. Alright, number 17. Yun nga, si Buddy Rogers. The first ever WWF champion. Solid. Guys, kung kilala niyo si The Natural or The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, nakalaban niya. Siya yung unang champion. Then, nakalaban niya sila Ric Flair. Inabot pa niya yun, the 50s era, the 60s era. Yeah, number 17 on the list. Number 16, si Roddy Piper. To, paborito ko to dati. Si Roddy Piper. Non-wrestling fans might be able to only recognize a handful of notable names from the business. Ito, si Roddy. Roddy Piper. One of the greatest and adored loud-mouthed heels ever to step foot in the ring. After working as one of the most hated villains in Los Angeles history against Chavo Guerrero Sr. Yan, si Chavo Guerrero that time, Latina Heat pa rin yun Piper worked a few territories before landing in the WWF. Oh, so dati pala. Dati pa pala siyang solid na wrestler. And Roddy Piper, number 16. Ito, the champ. Number 15 on the list, si Kurt Angle. And si Angle Lock. Dito ko nakita, ito solid. Burat na burat ako dito dati kasi parang Stone Cold era. Tapos, ang yabang niya, papasok siya sa ring, Olympic gold medalist Tayo na, papasok sa ring, tapos kababadripan lang ng tao. Siya yung number one na, yung time na nanonood ako ng wrestling, binubu ko yan, kahit nasa TV ko lang pinapanood. Boo! Tayo na, Olympic gold medalist. Pero he really is legitimately a gold medalist. So, he's also one of the most naturally clever and technically sound pro wrestlers ever to lace up. There have been a ton of extraordinarily talented guys over the years. But with Kurt Angle, you're guaranteed a great match every time he steps through the ropes. Agree. Nakakainis siya pero nakakatawa. Alam mo yun. Ayun. He's number 15 in the list. Number 15. Kurt Angle. Yeah, number 14. Actually, I can see him. Pero discuss, diba? John Cena. So, lagi ito. Cena sucks. Yan lagi yung mga sinisigaw, diba? Since 2005, John Cena has been the WWE franchise player. Some criticize him for his ring work and consistently earns and stalwart babyface character. Oo, totoo. Parang siya yung mukha ng WWE So, na siya, nag-artista na lang. Pero, lagi niyang ito, fun fact 'to. Um, lagi sinampal niya na, lahat ng mga wrestlers na sinampal niya, si STF, uh, yung mga hindi magagandang moments yung sinampal niya si STF. But his matches against HBK or Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk, Randy Orton, si Edge and Chris Jericho, Triple H and The Rock, sobrang classic ng mga laban na yun. Pero solid to si John Cena. He was number 14 on the list. Number 13, eto, before the Big Show, we have Andre the Giant. The eighth wonder of the world. Yun yung tatawag kay Andre the Giant, di ba? So, Andre the Giant was the biggest and the best attraction wrestler in history. And prior to Hulk Hogan's body slam and leg drop at the record-breaking WrestleMania number 3, Andre had never been pinned or made to submit during his previous 15 years in WWF. While finding feasible opponents for Andre was a bit of a challenge, he still traveled the world and loaned from Vince McMahon Sr., taking on 2 or 3 man at a time and winning battle royals. Napaka-iconic isa sa pinaka-iconic na moments in WWF history was when Hulk Hogan binody slam niya and nileg drop niya si Andre the Giant nung WrestleMania 3. Sobrang solid. As in, batang-bata pa ako, pinanood ko yan. Lumabas pa si Cena last WrestleMania pero natalo, parang Passion of Torch na. Oo. Ano na lang yun? Siguro for the time na magre-retire na siya. Tapos, kumbaga, magpapakilala na ng ibang mga wrestlers sa WWE. Pero definitely, Cena is one of the Hall of Famers in WWE history or WWF history. Pero yun. Number 13, si Andre the Giant. Yan, napaka-iconic ng laban na yun. With Hulk Hogan, yung binody-slam siya. Si Ricky Steamboat, before there was number 12 on the list, Ricky Steamboat. Alam mo yun, parang before magkaroon ng Ricky the Dragon, siya si Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat. Siya yung nag-turn ng high-flying and mat grappling into beautiful picture-perfect artistry. Siya yung pinakamagagandang mga high-flying and mat grappling moves on the 70s era. And he was a wrestler until 1994. So, before si the Dragon, before he retires, it's a fact that the Dangerous Alliance members, Rick Rude and a young TV champion, nung time na yun, possible pa lang si Steve Austin. And guys, for everyone's knowledge, si Steve Austin, he is known as stunning before Steve Austin, before Austin 316. Siya si Mr. Stunning. Yeah. Number 11 on the list, si Bruno Sammartino. Ito mga 70s, 60s to 70s na WWF to. Siya yung pinakamatagal na nag-reign ng WWF champion. From 63 to 71 and again from 73 to 77. So, the most powerful hometown hero, selling out New York's Madison Square Garden for decades while facing legends like Killer Kowalski, si Gorilla Monsoon, Gene Kiniski, and Waldo Von Erich, and Dr. Bill Miller. So, yun yung mga yung mga 70s, 60s, 70s na mga wrestling na sobrang solid. Yan. So, yan na. Top 40 na tayo. Tapos na tayo sa top 40 natin. Number 11 on the list, si Bruno Sammartino. You guys ready for top 10? Dito na lalabas yung mga paborito natin. Yes, si Snuka kasabay ni Ricky. Yes. The Flair. The Nature Boy. Diba? Okay, so number 10 on the list. Wait muna tayo. Or anything else, shout out Dodge of DPM. Solid mod. Napakaganda. It's an 18650 mod. Imagine. And pwede siya maging 21700. Tapos borrow device siya. Napakadali niyang insert and out. Tatanggalin mo yung borrow device mo. Yung borrow mo. Tanggalin mo rin drip tip. Tapos tanggalin mo na siya. Ganun. Tinigil ko na kasi mag-video ng mga mods para nakakasawa na. Ang dami nang nasa market ngayon. Plus pinapatay na ng mga pods yung mods natin. So number 10 on the list. Ito, the leader of D-Generation X. You guys know who this guy is. Hunter Helmsley, or better known as Triple H. So, ito yung nakapangasawa yata to ng McMahon eh, 'di ba? Isa sa mga nakapangasawa ng McMahon family. And he did pull a ton of strings backstage. But as a performer, si The Game, 'di ba? Tayo na solid to. Triple H, man, tayo na. The pedigree. He's nothing short of a ring general, capable of turning the dial up to freaking 11 and delivering some of the most timeless, brutal matches that we've ever seen in WWE. A total all-rounder, Triple H worked his way up from being WCW's Jean Paul Levesque and the WWF Hunter Hogpin match Helmsley, and landed a prime spot in Shawn Michaels' fledgling D-Generation X, along with China, Sir Rick Rude. Later, after HBK left the business for a while, Hunter would take over as leader of DX and help the WWE lead the body charge against WCW during the Monday Night Wars. Alam mo, siya yung nagpabuhay ng wrestling eh. DX, 'di ba? Parang alam mo na kagad yun eh. No, ngayon, parang mga ganun-ganun yung mga tao, 'di ba? Heart eh. Dati, putya, pag sinenyasa ka ng DX. Solid eh. 'Di ba? Si Badass Billy Gunn tsaka The New Age Outlaws. Yan. So, ito yung mga solid na mga fight niya with Mick Foley or si Mankind that time in Hell in a Cell matches. So, ito pa yung isa pang nung Mania 2000. Ito, batang-bata ko ito. I was like first year, second year high school. Nung pinin niya si The Rock. Nung na-pedigree niya si The Rock no Mania 2000. Mga solid na mga times. Good times in wrestling. And number 10, number 10 si Triple H. You should be number 1, diba? Pero number 9, Randy Savage. Ito, solid to. On paper, nothing about the way Randy Savage looked, dressed, and acted should have worked. Billed as the Macho Man. Si the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Stringy hair was tucked behind giant sunglasses and bandanas while he wore custom bedazzled and tasseled robes, pink trunks, and spoke in a gravely spasmodic voice. But somehow, we were given one of the most instantly recognizable and idolized performers the world has ever seen. I totally agree. Randy Savage, or better known as the Macho Man. And so, ito yung may signature na top rope dive and flying elbow drop. So, siya yung nagpauso niyan. Siya yung pinakamagandang elbow drop sa top rope that time. Randy Savage, or better known, the Macho Man, number 9 on the list. Number 8. This is something na I didn't expect. Sting from WCW. You don't garner universal respect or the title icon if you don't have more iconic qualities than non-iconic qualities. Sting was the Hulk Hogan you may not have known about growing up. As a huge hero in WCW, Sting battled Flair and the Four Horsemen, the Great Muta, Cactus Jack, Rick Rude, and Jake Roberts, Vader, and Lex Luger, all before changing his gimmick entirely on going the Crow on Hulk Hogan's and the NWO during the Monday Night Wars. So, NWS New World Order dati, diba? The Sting, number 8. Dito na yung mga katotohanan ng sobrang mga solid na mga wrestlers. Until now, ito na yung pababa na mga solid na. Guys, ready? Number 7, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Maybe in the end, it doesn't matter. What do you think? But Dwayne The Rock number 7. Dapat number 1 eh. The most electrifying move in WWE or WWF history. The jabroni beating, pie eating, high flying, electrifying, elbow dropping, spine popping, eyebrow raising people's champ. Hanggang ngayon, kabisado ko pa yun. The most high flying, the jabroni beating. Pucha, kaya? If you guys know jabroni, yung jabroni, tapos tataas yung kilay. Puta na, mga solid na moments to. Dara. The jabroni beating, pie eating, high flying, electrifying, elbow dropping, spine popping, eyebrow raising people's champ. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Diba? The Rock is a great in the ring and he's given us some truly memorable showdowns with Triple H, The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, Hulk Hogan, and now John Cena. His freaking aces, but no. But Rocky's best asset and the number one tool in his shed is the ability to entertain his millions and millions on the mic. Solid, alam mo, tayo na isa sa pinaka paborito kong wrestler to. The most electrifying move in sports history nga daw, diba? Tapos tataasan ka ng kilay. People's elbow. People's elbow, tatanggalin pa niya yung ano niya, yung elbow cover niya. Kasi hagis niya. Tapos gaganon-ganon pa sa ring para magkakross pa yung kamay niya. Solid, solid. He's been able to entertain the millions and millions around the world on the mic. Diba? Once The Rock steps through the ropes and grabs the microphone, you know you're in for legitimate, hilarious, instantly quotable treats. Totoo yan. Tayo na. Ito yung pag in-interview mo, tataasan ka ng kilay, bababa ka ng shades. Solid. So, The Rock's overabundance of charisma has allowed him to cross over into Hollywood and become the honest-to-goodness movie star. So, siya pala yung voice-over ng ano, di ba? Ng Maui. Yan. So, tuwan-tuwa ako dun eh. It's actually still the most tremendously popular that he can return to the WWE after 7 freaking years. Take the title of Prom King and whoop John Cena's candy ass WrestleMania 29. 28. WrestleMania 28. Pinalo pa niya si John Cena. Diba? Pero solid pa rin yun. The jabroni beating, pie eating, high flying, electrifying, elbow dropping, spine popping, eyebrow raising people's champ. And the millions. And millions. The Rock. Idol yan, idol. Number 6 on the list. Oh, sorry. The Rock is number 7. Number 6 on the list is Ric Flair. Ito yung mga ano eh. Quote-unquote niya. I am limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheelin' dealing, son of a gun. Ric Flair. Nowadays, with Triple H being a 13-time world champ and John Cena being the 12-time world champ, Ric Flair's strange hold of being a 16-time world champion might not seem overly impressive. And recently retired. Solid to. Ito yung mga paborito ko mga wrestlers of all time. Popoke ka sa ice. Yan. So, but at the time that Flair topped off his career with number 16, it was a watershed moment, actually. Totally unheard of, a true measuring stick. Flair, quite frankly, over his 40-year career, was arguably the best wrestler alive or dead. Up to date. Yeah. Totoo yan. Woo! Ayan na, Ric Flair. The Nature Boy. Ric Flair. Solid, solid. He's number 6 on the list. Number 5. Eto, The Hitman. Bret The Hitman Hart. O, di ba kilala ko pa yung mga... Alam ko yung mga pala, yung mga ano nila, stage names nila. I mean, yung mga, ano tawag dito? Superstar names nila. Bret The Hitman Hart. So, who's the ano ngayon? So, ito yung tinatawag natin eh. Who's the fan now? I'm a wrestling fan. You know, it's geeky, it's a loser trip. Pero putang ina, pag ikaw hindi ka dumaan ng wrestling nung 90s, pucha, bakla ka. Kasi baduy ka pag hindi ka nanonood ng wrestling dati. Diba? Ayun, ito yung mga solid. Bret The Hitman Hart. It's hard to think about Bret Hart without wallowing a bit in all the tragedies that's befallen the Hart family over the years, including Bret's own premature retirement due to a concussion suffered in 1999. And it would have been amazing to see Bret's career extend into new millennium. Until now, no? Sayang. So, but despite having his ring career cut down in its prime, no one can take away a single ounce of acclaim for the best there is, the best there was, and the best there will ever be. After Bret beat Ric Flair for the WWE Championship, or WWF pa noon that time, championship in 1992, it changed the entire industry, resetting the WWF back to the days of technical wizardry and reshaping all our notions of what a great wrestling match should actually look and feel like. Solid. Number 5 on the list, that's Bret The Hitman Hart. Eto, dapat to magkakasunod to eh. Give me a hell yeah. Diba? Number 4, Steve Austin. Give me hell yeah. Ayun na, solid. Austin 316. Ang lakas baka ano no, ang lakas maka-reminisce ng mga batang 90s na to, mga sinasabi ko mga pangalan ngayon. Ito mga kinikwento ko. These people made our childhood stories solid, and this made us the kung sino tayo ngayon, 'di ba? And sino ba tayo ngayon? I mean, tumanda lang, pero when you say wrestling, WWF, it makes you it gives the jiggles as a kid, 'di ba? Naaalala mo yung mga time na nang stunner ka sa school, tapos gusto mong gawin yung people's elbow para masakit, 'di ba? So, when it comes right down to it, I'll agree to this. Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't born with enough middle fingers. Totoo. Alam mo ba, galit na galit ng nanay ko sa akin dati. It was 1997, 1998. When Stone Cold Steve Austin, dinodrawing ko pa yung bungo niyan eh. Sa diary ko dati. Drawing. Diary sa school, not diary cheeky diary. Diary sa school. Drawing ko yung Steve Austin logo. Tapos, hell yeah. Tapos may Paki sign. Mga panahon na sobrang addict na addict kami sa wrestling. May Paki sign. May middle finger dun sa ano ko. So, yeah. He was not born with enough middle fingers kasi sobrang dami yung middle finger. And yes, it's ironic that Austin became the most popular and profitable wrestler in WWE history. After he suffered that could have been a career-busting neck injury in 1997. Okay. So kaya pala biglang nawala yung Austin 316 in 1997. Nagkaroon pa siya neck injury. Which wound up severely limiting his in-ring abilities. Sorry, nabubul na ako. Before Austin versus McMahon launched WWE Raw is War back to the top. After losing to WCW's Nitro in the ratings for almost 2 years, Austin was a superb technician. Austin cut his teeth in WCCW and the USWA before heading to WCW as Stunning Steve Austin and becoming a member of Paul Heyman's Dangerous Alliance. Heyman, knowing that Austin was great but never used on the mic, gave an opportunity to cut some promos in ECW after getting fired from the WCW, and the rest is legend. And Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. Tangina. Quote-unquote to eh. Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. Later, and Megastar was born. Austin was so wildly chaotic and malicious that the anti-hero-loving crowd began cheering him over Bret Hart, leading to a complete role reversal. From there on and out, it was a stunner for Vince, a stunner for The Rock, and one for The Undertaker, Kane, Mick Foley, and Kurt Angle. Not to mention Shane, Stephanie, and even Linda McMahon. It was time for beer pats and mayhem. Totoo to. Alam mo, tayo na ito yung sobrang anti-hero, tapos sobrang villain na crowd favorite. Na-stunner niya itong mga to, di ba? Si Stephanie McMahon, si Linda McMahon, si Shane McMahon. Yung McMahon family, na-stunner niya. Sobrang naging crowd favorite siya dun eh. Yeah, he's number 4 in the list. Give me hell yeah. Steve Austin. Alright, number 3 on the list. Ito, given na to mga to eh. 3, 2, 1 na to eh. Pero tayo na, discuss pa rin natin. Ito yung mga top of the list talaga. Prime. Sila yung prime. Wala sila wala sila, ano pangalan na ito? Yung yung may video na naglalagay ng tornilyo. Para nun. Yung sexy. Alright, number 3 on the list, sorry. Hulk Hogan. Fan favorite. In one of those word-Jungian word associate tests, if the one shrink said per wrestling, 99.9% of the world would follow it up with Hulk Hogan. Agree. Oy, wala si Ultimate Warrior. No? Ultimate Warrior dapat nasa top 50 yun. Solid yun. Alright. Hulk Hogan is the most recognized wrestling star worldwide and the most popular wrestler of the 80s. His mass acceptance and enormous popularity gave birth to WrestleMania and the wrestling pay-per-view, while also allowing him to become the first wrestler to become a successful mainstream merchandise franchise. Totoo, naging action figure pa to eh. Meron ako dito dati. With everything from cereal to action figures to Saturday morning cartoons in the mix. Yes, Hulkamania. Yeah, was an actual diagnosed mania. Then in 1996, Hogan shocked the world and turned heel, kicking off another giant money making era. This time with WCW with the NWO storyline. So say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and give some serious thought as to what you might perhaps do when Hulkamania runs wall on you. Hulkamania. Gaganon pa yung tenga. Diba? Okay, Hulk Hogan. Number 3 on the list. Eto, tangin na. Dalawa sa pinaka-paborito kong wrestler of all time. Hanggang ngayon, ginagawa ko itong mga to, titirik mata. The Undertaker. Mark Calloway. An impressive cast-off from WCW joined the WWE and was repackaged as the morbid, zombie-like Undertaker. He hit the gimmick lottery jackpot. Totoo to. Kasama pa niya si Paul Bearer, diba? From his debut at Survivor Series 1990 all the way to the last WrestleMania Hell in a Cell match against Triple H, Undertaker's mere presence makes one's jaw drop. Agree. From his spectacularly dark, chilling, and methodical entrance to his astonishing cruiserweight style moves, he's actually 6'10 na. No one puts on a show like Taker. He's remained one of the most respected wrestlers and characters in the business, treated with actor reverence, like a cherished, invaluable artifact. Alam mo, meron pang naalala ko to si Yokozuna. Yung binaon niya si Yokozuna, di ba? And Undertaker, Mark Calloway, number 2. And guess what? Who's number 1? Tangina. Sexiest man alive, Shawn Michaels. Puta. The HBK, Heartbreak Kid. So when Shawn Michaels felt pain in the ring, we felt pain. No one sold agony, heartache, or triumph like the Heartbreak Kid. Michaels was the most athletic, inspired, and daring storyteller in the business, raising the bar for the entire industry with each match. We don't have to look at much farther than the scripters, the showstopper, the headliner, and the Mr. WrestleMania to know that HBK was someone who was performed above and beyond. Alam mo, sobrang solid na ito eh. Ano yung pamatay niya? Yung switching music. Diba? It's top 1 on the list. Diba? Parang, kahit naman ako eh. I'd choose HBK. Pero yun lang, wala sila. Marami wala. Wala si Tatanka, Big Boss Man. Wala rin si Badass Billy Gunn. Diba? Yung mga solid. Pero andyan si The Rock. For the millions. And the millions. Diba? Tayo na yung mga solid. Anyhow, before we end the show, so that's our top 50 greatest wrestlers of all time. That's based on IGN. And yun nga, marami akong disputes about that list. But I'll agree with the number 1 on the list. Shawn Michaels, HBK. And before we end the show, you guys want to go ahead and visit Navitopia Tagaytay. Sorry, nabubulol na ako. You can scan their QR code there. Of course, you can go ahead and visit them at RLB Car Accessory Shop in Mayor's Drive, Mendez Crossing East, Tagaytay City. You can contact Roy Bernardo, Sir Knight Roy Bernardo, Knights of Rizal, at their phone number 0956-811-6331 or 0915-102-2062. So yon, I think that concludes our show for today. Ay, hindi nawawala. Ayan. So that's our top 50 greatest wrestlers of all time. So anyone on the list actually fan favorite and has been my favorite of all time. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. And thank you very much for watching and streaming and following our live streams and staying tuned on the show. So have a great weekend, everyone. Stay hydrated, sobrang init. And have a weekend.